So I get a phone call from my wife while I'm away telling me that the tank is making a funny noise. She wants to know if she can turn off the alarm. Not a good sign, right? So I have her come downstairs, and what she's hearing is, so you can see the Tunze Autotop off is registering that the water level is too high. So I have her come over here, flip the switch, her problems are over. My problem, on the other hand, is just beginning. So you can see all that white condensation. That's a result of the calcium chloride and soda ash that I've been dosing, and I can get into that in another video, but it looks like the condensation has caused the pump to seize up. So what do we do about that? Well, first thing we do is get our spare trash can that has a dead roach in it, start filling it with RO water, and then we add our white vinegar and the pump. So let me get that going and I'll jump back in just a second. So here we go. Sorry for the glare. We've got about 2 gallons of vinegar and probably about 2 or 3 gallons of water, which is about a 50-50 split, even though Ecotech recommends about a 7 to 3 part vinegar to water solution. So it's a little bit weaker, but I think it's better to err on that side. What you can see right there, it's all that lovely buildup on the inside of my pump. So what are we going to do? Well, we have it sitting here soaking. It's only been in there a minute. We have it connected here. You can see that that's off. So we're going to let this sit for a little bit, and in the meantime we are going to move one of our power heads and one of our heaters into the frag tank so that that's going well. And while that's going, I can bring you over here to the main display, which is still holding up pretty good. And the reason for that are these vortex. You can see the water level is clearly low. You can also see all the coral are clearly happy and ready to go, including my SPS, despite the water level being as low as it is. And that's because the tank is getting aerated. The water is moving around, sloshing around, and you're getting gas exchange at the surface. The other thing that's working in my favor is that all of my fish are in quarantine. So all the fish that ordinarily would be taking up all of the oxygen and producing a lot more carbon dioxide are out. Look at how nasty that is. That's only me being away for 3 or 4 days. So I'm going to let that run for a little bit, and I'll jump back into the video after I've gotten this cleaned up and some of the work done. On second thought, I wanted to get really in there and make sure that I was getting all of this stuff you can see built up in there and built up on here. I really wanted to get it out, and I wanted to get it out as quickly as I could. So I decided to actually take apart the impeller, which is really pretty simple to do. It's just a matter of taking off 4 screws, 2, 3, 4. And then all of this is going to go back in the tub, but I just wanted to show you all that buildup, all that stuff that's on here. And this pump's only been in the tank for about 6 months, so you know, that's a result of a lot of buildup over a long time, but you can see how easily it starts to come off. So hopefully this won't have to soak overnight, but we'll see. And here we are. It's probably been, gosh, I don't know, maybe 2 hours or so since this first went in, maybe a little bit longer. I'm shocked at how fast this worked, considering I had the dose, you know, closer to 50 parts water, 50% vinegar compared to the 7 parts vinegar, 3 parts water that it called for. But nevertheless, everything looks to be in good working order, and or at least enough so that if this is the issue with my pump stalling, it should come back on, and if not, I'll know more. So let me get this back together and back in the tank, and we'll see what happens. So it looks like cleaning off the calcification on the pump was what did the trick. So as you can see here, things are flowing, and now all will be well. So I'm going to let this get going, and then I'm going to come back and just check the levels of all the chemicals. This is something that I do every time I go on a trip. When I come back, I just want to make sure I've got the tank back up to par and in an even place again. So yeah, it's a good feeling to come across a problem like that, not panic, and get it taken care of. But to kind of close out the story, so my wife calls me and says that the alarm's going off. I tell her to take a look, figure out what the problem is. I'm able to pull up on my Apex Fusion app and take a look and see just what time of day the pump went out, because I can see when there was a spike in some of the readings from the probes that are located in the sump. And so I knew that the pump had gone out at about 5:45. I knew I would be home around 5 the next day. I knew there were no fish in this tank, so you know, it was really just the coral, which can last a little bit longer, and you know, all the factors that went into it, and I didn't panic. So it's a nice feeling to get it right, but you know, just one more thing that can go wrong in a tank, and one more reason that you know, I'm really happy I got a controller. So more to come on the situation and what I'm doing about it, but that's all for now, thankfully. See you guys next time.